It may not look like it now, but this empty courtyard is going to be a buzz of activity on September 27th when I host the Golden Foodie Awards here at the Fairmont, Newport Beach. But before I do that, I need to find out a little bit more about Orange County, and where better to do that than at the home of the Golden Foodie Awards, the Fairmont, Newport Beach. No one could ever accuse me of lacking courage when I go in search of the best things to eat. One of the things I love about the Fairmont Newport Beach is they have their own beekeeping program with over 250,000 bees producing gallons of honey. So let's see if we can find some and ask the chefs and cocktail makers to use them in their dishes. Well, it looks like we found some honey. Let me go and find the Fairmont Newport Beach's executive chef, Brian Doty, see what he's going to do with it. Here I am with my new chum, my best new chum, Brian Doty, who's the executive chef. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Here at the Fairmont Newport Beach, and we've set him a challenge to use some of their rooftop honey in one of his entrees. So what are you going to do for us?
A wild king salmon with a spring pea and potato gnocchi.
And these beautiful morels as well are going to be going in there. And where are you going to be using the honey?
We're actually going to glaze the honey right at the end, right over the top of the
So just going to glaze it with that honey at the end. Well, let's see how it pans out.
Okay.
Pans out. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Pans out. Chefs, no sense of humour. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So what is the... This is...
Yeah, this is a smoked salmon. We're going to cold smoke it with some almond.
Wow, that worked pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That gets that smoke in there straight away.
Yeah. And the cold smoke really infuses it.
Yeah.
So
How long would you leave this in there?
just leave it in here for just a few minutes until we're ready to go. Then I got my hot pan right here. A little clarified butter.
Smells like my granddad's pipe. It does actually smell like my granddad's pipe. Because he had an older wood pipe.
So we're going to saute it over high heat.
So keep people never have their pants off enough when they're doing fish. May you always skin yours?
No, not always. It depends on the season or what we're doing. In the summer months, I do like to, when the salmon is running, and in season, I like to use the skin.
So how long are you going to cook this for to get it to medium rare?
So we're going to saute it just a little brown, and I'll throw it in the oven for just about 400 degree oven for about 5 minutes.
So here's the thing, when most people cook fish, their biggest complaint is it sticks.
Yeah.
How would you tell people to stop fish sticking in the pan?
You got to get that pan hot and make sure that the oil size should be about 425 degrees.
Oh, look at that beautiful colour. Absolutely beautiful colour. And just a few seconds on each side, just to get a bit of colour on each side.
And now we're ready for the shepherd with on there.
We can put one in the oven, so we're going to put this under the salamander.
Yeah.
drape under the salamander. So this is just finishing it off now. So just sear it, get some colour. And I think one of the other mistakes people make is they try and cook fish entirely just in the pan on the stove, and they forget that you really need to. It's like the steak, you finish it through the oven or something.
Yeah.
In this case, we're using the salamanders.
Yeah. If you get too much of a crust on it, it's going to dry out.
Yeah. This is the joys of a professional kitchen. You have all this.
Yeah.
Not many people have a salamander at home. What are you going to serve with the salmon?
So we're going to serve crispy morels with Yukon gold potato gnocchi and spring peas and buckles.
Why don't we have a look at these morels, because they're fabulous. These are right in season right now, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So we have spring morels, which are great. These are actually from Northern California.
Cheese. Bubbly cheese. It's what separates man from the beasts of the field. It's a really lovely idea serving up the cheese just like that.
Yeah.
It really is. That's a very. I like that a lot.
Keeps it a clean presentation. Yeah.
This is such a great seasonal. More morels. Come on. Dude, people pay big coins for this. Give them more morels. Don't be so cheap. That's better. Honestly. These people, you got to watch them in these hotels. They keep all the morels just for staff meals. Oh.
Now it's time for the honey.
Now it's time for the honey. Oh.
Put that. It's going to go great with the smoked salmon.
It's just going to melt all over.
Yep. Garnish with a little bit of beehive on the dish.
Very, very pretty.
There you go.
I think we can probably say that's a dish fit for the Golden Foodie Awards. We have cold smoked salmon, fried in the pan. We have morels, spring fava beans, peas. We have aged pecorino cheese and the rooftop honey. What could be better? Apart from me eating it, and I don't seem to have a fork. Honestly, amateurs, what are you doing here? Uncle Simon has to eat. That is beautiful. Look at that. Plate's quite hot. In this honey. Spread across. Let's have a look. That to me is a perfect piece of salmon. Medium rare. Let's taste. Oh. The honey actually works beautifully with the fattiness of the salmon. And this cheese. Let's try this. Oh. Definitely a dish fit for the Golden Foodie Awards. That's superb. No. It's not too much. I wondered with a big chunk like that whether it'd be too much, but it's not at all.
Oh, it's good. The smoke is kind of, and we actually do this a lot in the hotel. So I have this on my bagel menu.
And
the whole pan smoke, and it really comes out great.
And the earthiness of those morels against the honey.
That's very seasonal.
That's a wonderful. Oh. Oh, that's perfect. Look at it. Beautiful flaking apart. Oh, I love it. Just this little slab of pecorino with the gnocchi and the yeah. Oh. If you come to the Golden Foodie Awards and you are lucky enough to stay here at the fabulous Fairmont Newport Beach, you will find in your room, well, not quite this size, but a beautiful chocolate sculpture which people just demolish and talk about for about the next year. And they are all made by my new pal, Jeffrey Cale, who's the pastry chef here. So tell us a little bit about this, because this is a skill I have never attained, and I think it really is. This is art here. So tell us all about it and how it's made.
So we've got different components and different techniques built into the sculpture.
To me.
It's chocolate, pulled sugar. This is a pastillage, which is kind of like a dough. You roll it out. It takes a couple days to dry. I've got
Pastillage
like this. It's very brittle, but it's very versatile. And then you can go back and airbrush it. So I've airbrushed.
So you airbrush this. So basically, you're an artist first, and you just use chocolate and sugar as your medium.
It's funny as an artist because I actually consider pure artistry my weakness. I studied
That's weak artistry, folks.
chemical engineering and chemistry in college.
So there's a lot of there's structural engineering gone into this, there's chemistry gone in.
Correct. All the technical aspects of pastry really appeal to me.
So you're basically a geek.
Very
This
much
is
so.
basically, he's a cooking nerd.
I'm a food nerd.
But look at this, if that's what food nerdiness gives you, it's rather brilliant, I have to say.
Thank you.
So we're gonna see, I know you're going to show us some of the techniques that you've got here, but so you study, let's just say this again, chemical engineering.
Yes. Material science and engineering and chemistry. And then I was actually in computers, the computer industry for a
So
number
if you
of years.
design these on a computer,
That's
for balance.
That's actually my next step.
is to design these
Is
computers.
to get this to be able to do on the computer.
We're going to go and find out exactly how you make this, but this is all very nice, it's all very pretty, random claws, all of that stuff, but we have a challenge. This is the Golden Foodie Awards.
Right.
We have one of the great golden ingredients, your rooftop honey.
Exactly.
So you need to show me that you can use it, because Chef Brian's already delivered fabulous entree, that salmon with the honey glaze, fantastic. So you've got to come up with the goods. All that education, all that education you had,
It's all
will
gonna
count.
come down to
It
the
will
end.
count for nothing if you don't give me a good dessert using honey for the Golden Foodie Awards. Okay,
It's going to be delicious.
so let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so we seem to have some chocolate now, which is rather nice, this tempered chocolate you were telling about. And this, which looks rather like a medieval torture device. What do we have here?
Okay, so we've got silicone. These are silicone noodles. They're called noodles.
Noodles.
So versus a static mold that you can't change, this allows us to create the shape that we want.
Okay.
So this is exactly the same shape that I used to create the sculpture that I made earlier. So we've laid out our form, and using our tempered chocolate, I'm going to fill it up.
Fill it up, fill her up. And how long would you leave this to set for?
Depends on the temperature of your room, but this is probably going to take about 20 to 30 minutes before I can remove the noodles.
And this is exactly how you made those
This is
curves.
exactly how I made those shapes.
So you see all the work that goes into this? Jeffrey, all very commendable, lots of work, I appreciate your skills, but we have a challenge.
Yeah.
Chef Brian has already delivered. I'm pretty sure that your cocktail people are going to be delivering us on battle honey, as it were, using your rooftop honey. So what about desserts? An obvious place for honey.
Well, the best things come at the end of the meal. So today I've got a passion fruit, mango, milk chocolate, and honey dessert.
Sounds wonderful. Let's see it.
Okay, so I've got passion fruit honey sauce. I'm going to be using this device here to create.
What is this device?
It's actually for making little caviars, molecular gastronomy kind of modern invention, but it works
Oh,
great
it's very pretty.
for
That's
leaving a pattern on the plate. Now this is a chocolate cookie with passion fruit, yogurt, mousse, and a milk chocolate cream that's been sprayed with cocoa butter for color.
And is that what gives it that little crystallized effect on the outside?
Yes, exactly. Our rooftop honey here.
So here's the honey. Show me the honey.
Now, honey's very strong flavor, so it doesn't take much.
So it's just a few drops, particularly as well as you have honey in the sauce as well.
Exactly. Passion fruit mango curd. Reform it.
The best way.
And we've got a cocoa almond chocolate streusel here.
A lot of components in this.
Yes.
So
But it all
hopefully
comes together. We've got soft textures, crunchy textures, something like a cookie cream.
textures are so important in food. Whenever I'm judging dishes, one of the things I notice most of all is that people don't add enough texture. Everything's very one note, usually either very soft or it's just all crunch, and they don't have any break.
And then we're going to garnish with some edible flowers.
Well, it certainly looks the part. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, that's lovely. Oh. Oh, that's delicious. So what's really interesting about this is whereas with Chef Brian's dish, I was worried that the honey would overpower the salmon. Here, because you've got so many components, I was actually worried that the honey wouldn't come through too at all, but it actually does. It's very subtle.
It's subtle.
It's very, very subtle, but it actually comes through, so it's not just there as an addition, it actually plays a part in the dish. Just that little sweetness against that slight sourness of the passion fruit.
Exactly.
It works really, really well. Good job, fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So far, challenge accepted and challenge beaten by Chef Jeffrey and Chef Brian. Now let's go and see what they can do at the cocktail bar here at the Fairmont, Newport Beach. There are a few things I like better than a well-stocked bar, and here I am at the terrific bar at the Bamboo Lounge at the Fairmont Newport Beach. So far, I have to say, the chefs have been up to the challenge using the rooftop honey. Chef Brian made us that fantastic salmon dish. Chef Jeffrey, that wonderful dessert using the honey on top and in the sauce. Now we're in the bar with my new pal, Kevin Gardner. So Kevin, what have you got for us? We need to use that rooftop honey in a sensational cocktail. Any ideas?
Absolutely, we're using the rooftop honey. We'll be making the Golden Sunset today.
What's it called? The Golden
Sunset.
Golden Sunset.
So we have our Kettle One vodka, our rooftop honey, fresh orange juice, fresh lemon juice, and some blood orange syrup.
So, very few ingredients.
Yes, very simple.
I can't wait to try it. Okay, let's see you making it. Go.
So with our 2 ounces of Kettle One vodka.
Always good to use a nice premium product for your cocktails.
Go ahead, the rooftop honey.
Oop, it's like a middle-aged man going to the bathroom. I know how that feels. So how much are you using of your rooftop honey?
1.5 ounces of the rooftop honey.
So just a little bit less than the vodka.
Yes.
It's a really pungent honey as well, so it'll actually give a nice aroma to the cocktail.
And you really pick up the flavor of the honey in there. Stir that in so it dilutes nice and well.
What would happen if you put the ice in now?
If you go ahead and add that ice before you stir it, you're going to harden up all the honey and none of it's going to mix together.
Okay, so you mix that up first with the spirit.
Now you go ahead and add your ice. Two ounces of orange juice. 3/4 ounce fresh lemon juice.
Just to give it that little bit of sharpness.
Exactly. Balance the drink out a bit. Give it a nice shake.
Right, catch that pour. Beautiful golden colour. I think you've definitely got the Golden Foodie Challenge Colour Award.
And then go ahead and add our sunset. One ounce blood orange syrup.
You let that settle down to the bottom. I'm going to leap in and try this. So what do you call this?
This is the golden sunset.
So with your permission, I'm going to rename it the Golden Foodie Sunset. Cheers. Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
I may well be here for some time. Thank you very much. Well, we've had a great day here at the Fairmont Newport Beach. Fantastic entree from Chef Brian, that glorious salmon coated in the rooftop honey. A wonderful dessert from Chef Jeffrey, again using the honey. And finally, the Golden Foodie cocktail using the rooftop honey along with lemon juice and Kettle One vodka. I think I may well be here for some time, so I'll say goodbye now. I can't wait to come back here on September the 27th to the Fairmont Newport Beach, the home of the Golden Foodie Awards. See you then, everybody. Cheers.